head into the arms factory, and I'm really excited to see how this match is going to be, because again, it's evenly matched on paper with the hunters, but let's find out if the survivors can change that record of first round 5 points. So now we see King already making sure he makes his rounds inside and outside of the arms factory.
Exactly, already scouting for that first survivor that could be the first target, which is either mechanic or prisoner. Mechanic is the preferred target right here. Found the Gravekeeper early in the game, is now forced to transition away a little bit, and found, I think, what is the mechanic's doll right here.
Yes.
Straight up a good find, because that doll will give away the location of the survivor, of the mechanic, as well as if she's able to bring down that doll, it's going to prevent the mechanic from having that one doll there to decode even more. Now going to transition out a little bit from the doll, trying to find Rose, and is actually on the right way. Found Rose right there, which will be the main target. Fantastic jump, the fantastic discipline from Quing right here to go for that main decoder. No distraction, immediately going for the mechanic.
Took some time, but still, yeah, it's going to pay off. Rose, not hang around that pallet area, going to eat that hit. Luckily, it was the leech follower, but the main follower is already there. So Rose making sure that she's in a great spot. Patroller will be dropped, going to find the legs, and gets the bite. So the main body follower has an easier target to down. Let's see how Rose will handle this situation. Trying to hang around the pallet, try to cancel out that bite. But we see that King is cleaning up. Can she get the vault in time? No, Grizzly!
Wasn't able to vault that window, was just standing there with the patroller. Fantastic job from the Dream Match. First survivor is on the chair. Again, first survivor being the mechanic. But the mechanic's doll is still on the field.
That's very
bring
true.
Down the mechanic.
Now
So
we see a patroller again,
it.
just looking around the area. Stops the forward in his tracks. This is going to be quite tough for the rescue. Now we see they're switching around, hits him with the main follower, forces the rescue to happen, and now the mechanic will eat another hit. Last effort already popped, so the resources are dwindling. This is definitely going to be in favor of the Dream Witch, but 4 ciphers still remain for the survivors to pop.
Forward was dashing in with the forward's football and got stopped by the patroller. What a move, absolutely fantastic. And also the discipline, just going immediately for the mechanic again, but at the same time trying to get these other survivors, leeching the forward, and now bringing the mechanic to the rocket chair for the second time. Good job from Quing. What a, multitasking adventure right here, I would almost say, when it comes to the Dream Witch, but you have to give it to CK as well. They are decoding cipher machines. They have 2 already done, or at least almost done, and another one being pretty much close to Bryant, and they already started to put more decoding to the ground on the other cipher machines. Fantastic job so far. Gravekeeper being ready to rescue.
Yep, eats that hit, but gets the rescue here, so the rebound kite's gonna be very important. But we see that King changing his targets to go for the Gravekeeper first, because he knows that he can try to down this mechanic, because the mechanic does have a leech, and now he's already thinking in advance. He's playing 4D chess. He knows that he needs to get leeched, and look at that, 3 survivors already leeched plus a main body. It just seems like an evenly matched matchup, and now look at that. We see that the patroller already found the mechanic's ankle, and now the Gravekeeper will be going down. King just making sure that his first target is going to be secured to go back to the manor. 3 ciphers remaining, courtesy of that prisoner still being able to pop those ciphers, and now the mechanic will see her final chair.
And fantastic job on getting to the Gravekeeper as well, getting the Gravekeeper first, because now that Gravekeeper can't decode anymore. That Gravekeeper needs to be healed, so therefore we can now see I think what is the forward healing the Gravekeeper right there, but also Quing already getting wind of it, already knowing where they are and coming with the leech and leeching them to not being able to rescue. The Cypher Machine has been, Cypher Machine has almost been primed by 7073. That is going to be very, very dangerous.
It would be, and now we see that, King being able to spot that out. He's going to move towards King and just try to leech and just try to make sure, but he also has the job to switch, but no, can't switch to abnormal. Now detention is in the air. We are going to see the end game. 773 running for his life because detention is in the air, and we talked about this. The zap will help him move to a better part of this map. Nice drop here, and now look at that. Tried to use the blink, but 773 dropping the pallet, denying that. And also, now we see that 773 buying enough time for the forward to open up that exit gate.
You see, he's in the area of the doll, so maybe he's trying to bait a hit that actually lands on the doll, which would give him more time. But the leeches are coming from all sides and bringing down the prisoner. But again, this was buying so much time. We have
oh my god
at the gate, opening the gate, but you can also see Gravekeeper making his way towards what I think is the exit gate as well.
Yes.
And therefore we can see a phenomenal tie. Both sides not giving each other anything. And I mentioned this, right? Or you mentioned as well. Both sides provide this extremely powerful dream. Will we see Patroller blink as well? Or maybe, you know, since we have the ban of the prisoner, maybe we're gonna actually see that abnormal. After, you know, concentrating on the mechanic, you can prevent the decoding progress by so much if you utilize abnormal. We haven't really seen abnormal being utilized that often. We have seen it in this tournament, but not that often as in, for example, the Call of the Abyss tournament. Now going for the Gravekeeper right away and hit the Gravekeeper while he was utilizing the shovel, which means shovel is gone and damage was taken. So that is extremely good. We can see that blink is immediate in action, so we don't have a patroller. That is going to be very, very interesting. It's a little bit of a switch up, deja vu match with a little bit of a switch up, and actually concentrating on NG right now, not going for the mechanic.
Yeah, and I mean, he put so much effort already trying to vault that window, but now Gravekeeper already tanking that hit as he goes into the shovel. But you know what? This Gravekeeper has no more utilization. The blink is up. Wow! Excellent call
Fantastic
there.
job.
And now, this is actually a pretty good start. I know the mechanic is out and about, but he will have to rely on the robot now, because again, the Gravekeeper being on this chair would definitely give that debuff of that mechanic. But again, still more bodies on the field would be very beneficial on the survivor side. And now look at that, DWD going after the mercenary.
Very, very interesting. We mentioned it over and over again. We are saying it over and over again. You want to go for that mechanic. You want to stop them from decoding. So maybe again, this could be an abnormal play, allowing them being able to hit the forward right here, being able to hit the Gravekeeper yet again. And I'm curious to see, like, you know, now allowing them to decode that fast with the mechanic might actually lead to abnormal later on the match. Very, very curious to see if that is going to happen. And now concentrating yet again on the Gravekeeper just to get this one first target out of there, because Gravekeeper was already on the chair once and is down over there. You just have to find the Gravekeeper and where he went.
Yeah, and also, yeah, that leech would definitely find wind, and also as other commentators say, like in the happy corners, just so it'll be able be a hard time for him to be able to go to that rocket chair. Now NG will be seeing the rocket chair again. It seems like the mercenary would be the next one for the rescue. It's going to be quite tough, but the mercenary does have 3 elbow pads to close out that distance. The Gravekeeper does need to have an excellent rebound kite if they go for the rescue, and it seems like this Dream Witch will be chasing away the main rescuers. Hits the forward once again, but luckily the forward was able to heal courtesy of that mercenary eye now. Positioning himself right for the rescue, eats the hit, but now Gravekeeper is out and about with Tide Turner. Tried to go for the blink, but unfortunate situation there for the Dream Witch. Nung trying to move away and distance himself, but now we see the Gravekeeper will eat that hit.
Very, very nice try to juke. Is still in that corner right there and wants to get as far as possible into that corner just to lure away the hunter from the rest of the team, to lure them away from the cipher machines so the team can decode. We can already see one cipher machine is decoded. The rest of the decoding cipher machines are a little bit slower this time, and this could actually be a little bit of a problem for the survivor side, because again, we mentioned it over and over again, the Dream Witch is so intense late game, and now already bringing out the Gravekeeper before the second cipher machine has been popped. Extremely well played, but on the other side, survivors really healing up because they know, hey, we're gonna take a lot of hits. If we get the chance, we need to heal up.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing you pointed out because they have to manage their resources because right now forward doesn't have that much of a football to utilize probably for kiting, but for stuns it's going to be quite hard. Mercenary, you know what, 2 elbow pads will really get him out of a situation. Now Oren's using that right away just to transition towards the factory, but luckily he has a lot of health to utilize. Again, injuring the forward once again, but you know what, they're just so good at being able to heal up. Now, DWD, his condition is he needs to leech some of these survivors. He needs to add more pressure to them and probably put one of the survivors in that rocket chair to really put a nail in the coffin when it comes to Cypher rushing. I know the mechanic is out and about, but right now doesn't have that, wow, that was really close. Oh my God, because the action is too fast to keep track of.
That is for sure. The blink hit was just avoided, but still couldn't really get away from that leech. Took another hit, is going down into the basement now. Ooh. That is going to be extremely difficult because now again, look at the Cypher machine progress. Survivors have to push 3 more Cyphers. I mean, yes, they have 2 almost done, but still it's going to be difficult. Mechanic is taking a hit. It's going to be extremely difficult because they now have to send 1 survivor down into the basement, which is not the best area to be in. Mercenary is running down. He can definitely tank some hits to get these 2 out of there. But there comes the first hit. It's going to be difficult.
Wow.
Forward down immediately.
Oh my God, excellent. And the placement of the leech. Mercenary does have that delayed effect, can get out of basement, but look at that, the main body following him just to make sure I'm just gonna leech you. I know you're gonna be falling down, but now shifting priorities towards that forward. Did get rescued towards that half, so it's gonna be quite tough for this mechanic. Mechanic did open up a toolbox, found a syringe though, so she can self-heal, but it seems like 3 Cyphers they'll be stuck in 3 Cyphers for a while until they're able to recuperate from this Dream Witch offense.
You see, this is why I absolutely love to see these top tier gameplays, because, you know, we have the rulebook, right? We have the rulebook right next to us, and the rulebook says, if you have a main decoder, like the mechanic on the field, you want to go for the main decoder, the mechanic in the very first place, because it's gonna be dangerous late game. But right here we can see every single survivor was downed and brought out of the game before the mechanic even took the first hit, or before the mechanic was a target. And with that kind of map pressure that the Dream Witch is bringing in, yeah, the elbow pads, fantastic job. With that kind of map pressure that the leeches and the Dream Witches bring in, it's just extremely difficult for the survivors to get out of here. Fantastic job. Now concentrating on the Mercenary, who seems to try to get rid of that leech. Not quite able to do so in time. She actually changed from Blink to Patroller.
Exactly. And you said it best. This is how the Dream Witch starts. You know, it's like quicksand. You don't know that, all right, he's able to get the Gravekeeper, but we still got the mechanic going. It's like quicksand. You're not sure. You're struggling till you're neck deep in the pressure, and the Mercenary will fall once again. Mechanic, though, was able to heal up. But oh my God. Okay, gets the Patroller here. Excellent down. Oh, yeah, I had to cancel that out. Needed to break that pallet. So that's good on the mechanic side, but now DWD adding more pressure, adding another leech. How long can this mechanic hold out? Can he hold out till the Mercenary is able to heal? Not quite.
And I actually think Mercenary healed up previously, therefore this is
a scenario that could happen. And King, knowing the risks of utilizing this Dream Witch coming into this match, so let's head into it, ladies and gentlemen. King, with his Dream Witch, once again finds out Jin early on, the Gravekeeper. Will he be locking in? No. Again, I think the Seer might be the most optimum target, but it's quite tough because all these guys definitely have the ability to kite for a really long time.
It definitely depends on how this plays out. Seer is definitely a good target, I can agree. You know, we saw the Gravekeeper being an extremely good target depending on how you would hit him, and there we go, the first hit. You already wrote, and I wasn't even prepared for anything to happen already. There we go, Seer taking that first hit, but going into the tram now. Quing already making his way, trying to find the optimal strategy right here, and is definitely going to try and get that Seer.
Yeah, you see he's already going to be ready for when this tram will be dropping off. Already dropping a patroller
look at
at
that.
773. Doesn't know what he's exiting. And right there, chomps on the ankle here. Already has a follower already on him. He will try to go to the corner, but look at that. The Sears Owl was able to get that hit, but the patroller, oh my god, the tram hit again. Grizzly, did you predict this one?
What a play. I mean, I saw what the Seer was doing right there. Seer was trying to get that hit with the owl and protected himself very, very well. And this is actually opening up the chance yet again to put more time on the ground for the survivors, for the rest of the team. Now will most likely go down, but wow, what a play. What a
and just
play,
to mention
the leech.
that exactly, that was again the tram, the great equalizer here, now not in the hunter's favor. You know what, that was a one cipher kite, so even though he was still able to buy enough time utilizing the owl with the help of the tram also. And now that still noticing that the skill is patroller, Gravekeeper is in the area utilizing the shovel to try and close out the distance. Will he go for the save early on? He will be leeched, so it's going to be very important to get this rescue. Now we see that the Gravekeeper gets hit once again. 2 ciphers remaining.
2 ciphers remaining indeed. They were able to pop these 3 ciphers extremely fast, and we saw the Blink is coming in, change from Patroller to Blink. Fantastic job. This will be a double down. Seer and Gravekeeper will go down, and I think it's definitely a fantastic job from Queen right here, splitting up the attention between these 2 survivors, because you know, with all these leeches you can split up your attention. And now we're even bringing more attention to the decoding survivors, like the Painter right there. We have the Gravekeeper on the chair, this time for the first time, but also the Seer, who was trying to get away and was trying to get as far away from the decoding survivors, is now ending up on the chair for the second time. So that is definitely a great play from Queen. We just have to see how the response of CK will be. Oh,
yeah,
another
true.
leech!
And it's, the leech got hit, but now we see that, the Mercenary going for the save early on, and I love this, the foresight here, wants to chase out this Mercenary to not give any support at all. 773 now at Corner House, switching targets here, but no one is there. It seems like someone's gonna go save that Gravekeeper, but what a blink hit. Seer will be falling down once again. We might be stuck here in the 2 ciphers for a while because they got to recuperate their resources here. Seer is down, Mercenary and Gravekeeper are injured, and you know what, we still haven't seen much of that Painter, but I believe the Painter already has a painting ready. 773 will be seeing that rocket chair again, but lower left side of the screen sees that they are removing those leeches, which is very important, Grizzly.
Very, very important indeed. And I have to say that that was a great change to the Gravekeeper, who was on the chair. Exactly when the survivor was about to hit halfway mark, he was just changing to the leech, swinging, even if there was nobody there, because just before the halfway mark, it's very, very likely that there might be a survivor rescuing, and therefore that switch that was hitting the chair was definitely a good choice. Even if there was nobody, it could have been. And the first survivor, Seer, is already out of the game. Now the rest of the team needs to coordinate. They need to bring down these last 2 cipher machines, which they almost are done with one. And right now, going for the Gravekeeper, definitely a great find, considering that Mercenary might be able to...
Wow.
Blink hit before the Mercenary was able to get rid of it.
And you gotta be impressed by King's placement of these leeches. Again, making sure that, all right, Gravekeeper is in the graveyard, Prisoner chasing him out of the second story, and now it is the Mercenary that is down while he was trying to remove that leech. The leech did hit him, so at least there's less bodies on the ground for this Dream Witch, but now we see that the ciphers are so close to being primed. One at 97%, another at 71%. Jin being chased back into the graveyard area, does have a shovel to utilize. He's gonna use it.
He used Blink and got the Gravekeeper out of the ground again. Mercenary is now on the chair. You have to say that it's going to be an extremely difficult situation, because the last cipher machine has been popped, but at the same time the cipher machine that is at 70% is just in the area where we have the Mercenary on the... Oh no, actually no, it's still over there, but we have a leech.
The painting. Yeah, excellent stuff by the painter just to try and grant safe passage to go for the mercenary. Doesn't get hit. Will have to tank that hit and just try and go for that save. It's not quite ready yet. The mercenary does have that delayed damage. And now we see that Rose is working on that painting. And Gravekeeper, I believe, wants to be able to push that Cypher to be get ready for the exit gate war. And we see that Jin is opening up oh no, it's that Cypher particularly, Grizz.
Yeah. I was seeing a different cipher. I definitely was wrong, but there we go. Look at these leeches. They're having blink and blink and blink and blink, and you can't escape them because they are utilizing the skill. They are utilizing the blink over and over again. And now we have Gravekeeper and Mercenary down at the same time, while the painter is already injured. Will the painter be able to either rescue or to finish that Cypher machine off? He's definitely in a little bit of a tough situation right here. Gravekeeper now out of the game as well. Mercenary is down. Will he be able to get up, or will he be picked up by the leech that is right next to him?
It seems like King is going to play this close to the chest and just go for that painter because he knows that the mercenary will pop up eventually and try to just utilize buy time for that long self-heal. And now Rose does have a painting ready, going to drop this pallet and just try to survive as long as possible because, again, the best for them is to go for that dungeon.
That is for sure. That is the only option they have right now because it's just extremely difficult. There are leeches everywhere, basically a leech on each survivor, which means you have always someone behind you, someone you need to take, you need to pay attention to. Oh, the mercenary was taking that, was trying to buy more time, was trying to get distance between the leech and the mercenary by getting into the tram before it took off, but wasn't expecting the tram to take off that early, and there we go. We can see Mercenary is now down for the second time. That is the last target of the Dream Witch right here. CK Rose trying to get into the area of, you know, the dungeon, but it's going to be extremely difficult to actually wait for the Mercenary to bleed out. He's already at halfway and the painting is still there, but at the same time,
the placement of that painting, excellent stuff. But now, you know what, just buying a little more time. But as you mentioned, the bleed out time of this mercenary is quite long. We saw that the blink was already utilized. Rose trying to buy as much time as possible, trying to eat that hit. But oh, not quite. These jukes though. Yeah, they've been paying off. Oh my God, Rose looking like an NBA star with the jukes, as Rin would say. Drops the pallet. The blink was already utilized. But he's gonna have to play it real close because, again, he has that leech, and it's right in the open. The dungeon is there.
The dungeon is there, and the thing is, we have another leech sitting right on the dungeon. So what is the game plan right here? Trying to get away for now to get all of the leeches away from the dungeon, first of all, and then rotating back to the dungeon. But at the same time, you know, with these leeches being everywhere, it's going to be extremely difficult to find just one way to get away from the leeches.
And Blink is ready. Chris, this is going to be quite tough for Rose. Watch out. He's going to try to vault it. Not quite. Oh, again, tried to juke it, but you got to give it up to Rose. How many hits was he able to juke? That was amazing, but King again with that Dream Witch. You got to...
Definitely a chance for these survivors to get away from the breaking wheel, to get away from the wheel form, from getting away from the spikes, and we are straight up jumping into this match. You can see Forward was found early in the game, is already having the first spike, and now DWD is concentrating on Sad. Forward might try to hit him again, but look at that, avoiding it.
Priestess already there, trying to give him an escape
away.
Yeah, this is actually quite interesting now. Again, you know what? This is what breaking wheels want to do. They want to be able to spike as much as possible, and DWD does have the luxury of doing that because there's no decoders here. Now Priestess again doing a great job, eats one spike. One more would do for him to turn back into normal form. And also you gotta watch that presence, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, Priestess in a very strong part here because there are windows and he doesn't have the full presence to extend his spike just yet.
And it's just so nice, just so good to watch, and we can see that Priestess was trying to predict. Oh, nice, was trying. Oh, went back. What a fantastic job buying more time, but breaking wheel is just. Oh, the bees are coming in.
The bees. Gotta watch out. And now we see that, yeah, he want to go back into the regular form, but Cat Carry doing a really good job here. One hit away from falling down, and we see that the objectives are being pushed. Now, DWD still looking for that most optimal target, which is the Priestess with 2 spikes, and you saw that the bees might be looming around the area, so gotta be careful with that. Trying to throw these spikes, but Cat Carry did not see that blink happening, gets Terror Shock. Excellent stuff on the side of DWD.
I want to add to this that Cat Carry was predicting that blink, was going back over the pallet just to get away from that blink, but the blink happened so fast that the Terror Shock was taking place. Therefore, Cat Carry being down right here. Ooh, Entomologist trying to make her way out of this area a little bit with the bees, but was getting the attention of DWD, and DWD is just circling around this area, is having tinnitus and wants to get that survivor, and the rescue might happen. Priestess is having 1 spike, the bees are there,
oh my god,
but the bees
no
are
effect.
not really affecting.
Oh, but now here we go, normal form, trying to activates it, and now the Priestess will be falling down. And yeah, apologies for that. Yeah, she did try going back, but then again, getting that Terror Shock did build more presence, and now we see DWD being very proactive, going back into that wheel form, finds Cat Carry, but the tinnitus will be propping up, and he does see Orange. Again, wants to just invest early and put a lot of spikes in a lot of these survivors, just so that they do not have the luxury of decoding. Now we see that the forward utilizing the football just to get away a little bit. And now the forward, 1 chip shot away to falling down. The Priestess is up again though.
But this is extremely good for the forward, because he could have went down, but he didn't. And that is definitely one point right here for the survivors, that they are alive. And as long as you're alive and you're up and running, you're helpful for the team. And there we go, the Priestess taking again that spike, and it's really the main target of DWD right here, is getting on the chair for, I think, what is the 2nd time. So what we can also see is forward getting healed, Mercenary coming in for the rescue.
Yeah, once again, right? And this is actually great job on the side of DWD, because they're not focusing on decoding right now. They're focusing on healing up and gaining the resources back. DWD changing back into normal form. Oh, hits her before she's able to get the holy key out. And now we see that the forward still has wanted order and tries to get ready for a stun here. He's got a lot of football to utilize, but now DWD just trying to clean things up now. Wants to chase away the forward before he chairs the Priestess.
Ooh, nice dash! DWD was expecting that the forward would go in circles, but DWD was able to get out of there. Now is going back to Cat Carry, who will be on the chair again for the 3rd time, so that means the first survivor is out of the game. But if we are looking at the progress of the Cypher machines, we can see that they are doing a fantastic job. 3 survivors up and running, 1 Cypher machine almost primed, the other one already started. So this could definitely go into both directions. We can see the forward buying more time, trying to dash away, throwing down that pallet, but the pallet will be broken.
Now we see 2 ciphers, and now we see that the spikes, 3 ciphers, 3 spikes, and now the activation of those spikes. Forward will be the 2nd survivor on that rocket chair. But Grizzly, as you pointed out, those ciphers, those 2 ciphers have already been invested in, and actually just 1 cipher remained, more than 50%. And I love the placement of DWD here. He's got foresight of that gate, and also NG is pretty far, so he's gonna have to try and go to wheel form and try to pressure this cipher. He knows that a save will happen, so he will invest his time in trying to just swat away the survivors here in the cipher. Oh my god.
Look at the Mercenary having 3 spikes, which means he will immediately go down if he is taking a hit, but he is really getting away and not taking. He was trying to avoid that trap, but was getting into the trap. Now we can see that the rescue happened. Survivors are trying to get away, but DWD immediately going back on the hunt of the forward, who was already healed up by the entomologist, but is taking these spikes and might take another spike by. No, was able to avoid that.
A little too far. That's true. Oh wow, activated the spike half. Yeah, just one fourth of damage. Oh my god, puts more pressure here. And now DWD knows that that Cypher is almost primed, so he will go back to wheel form. That was the point of hitting that forward, just making sure that the forward doesn't have full health to try and go for a rescue. Now he's back. Tinnitus is propped up, and also the mercenary is hiding. I is the next target here, and you know what? Resources are still looking okay in terms of the entomologist, in terms of life, and the bees as well. NG trying to sneak things around here, but now gets spotted out.
Fantastic job from the mercenary, really getting away and now trying to avoid. Oh, was getting that hit with, was getting another hit and will go down if the skill is activated. Yes, will go down over time. That one Cypher machine that is almost done is like an unreachable target, and therefore they had to go for another Cypher machine. They started with another one that is at 23% right now. Okay,
and
it's
it
going
seems
to be
like
very
yeah,
intense.
entomologist will be the next target here. DWD knows that he's got to apply pressure here because again, any which way they're able to split up, it would be actually real bad for him. And now just going to the second house here, watch out of the, just avoiding the hole there. And nice drop down there. The forward does have one spike on him, one activation, and he will be falling down. Oren realizing that, oh, that was a close trap, activates it, and DWD back on the hunt once again in wheel form.
Mercenary being down for the second time, and I think Mercenary actually healed himself up already, so he can do it again. Bees are trying to help right here, but is it going to work? You can see the entomologist being able to get away. No, Mercenary actually got up. Okay, that I've been mistaken. But there might be the entomologist. Oh, entomologist is getting that little bit of a speed boost and is avoiding the blink hit with the bees.
That just activates it. Yeah, it's again, it's just a constant back and forth with DWD. He knows he's constantly checking if anyone's at the Cypher. And now we see that they're opening up a new one, 27%. The forward is over at the graveyard area, while we see that the mercenary is trying to push that Cypher. And he knows that someone is touching this one. And now NG dropping down. This is actually pretty good on the side of the survivors. 41%, but now that's going to be a stalemate. DWD now focusing on the mercenary, activating it, will be dropping the mercenary again, and probably going back into wheel form to try and defend that Cypher. That's more than 70%.
Will I be able to stay out of sight? And no, not at all. We have the scratch marks on the floor right here. Now the next target is I, and we can see this is really just all of the perfume. Not being able to actually get on that, but being able to get rid of that one spike. There comes another spike. Will probably go down with the skill that is ready in 1 second. And there it comes. We have the entomologist on the chair right now, putting pressure on the survivors. We can see they're healing up over there, but with them healing up, they are not really getting the time that they need to decode that last Cypher machine. It's such a back and forth. And DWD is not giving them any chance to get to a Cypher.
No time of day, right? Just making sure constant pressure, and you just see how far these survivors are from each other. That he's really capitalizing on. And how many times have we seen this mercenary fall down and activated those spikes? We are going to see that the forward will try to close out the distance, but again, on foot is going to be an arduous task because the wheel form will be coming out, and just like that, snap of a finger, he's almost closing out that distance. It's going to be quite tough for Orange to try to make it towards the entomologist, and the entomologist is already past half. DWD just staying in this area. He knows that it's going to happen, and now we see that the Tide Turner is popped though. Oh, activate.
That will bring down the fort immediately as soon as Tide Turner ran out. Fantastic job from DWD again. The pressure that is on these 3 Cypher machines, they are very close to each other, and therefore it is extremely good for DWD to actually, you know, go back and forth and figure out where the last Cypher machine is trying to be primed. And entomologist is already having these 2 spikes and will go down with the skill. Now all survivors are down. I actually couldn't count which survivor was getting up and which survivor didn't, but it seems like all of the survivors already just said CKDWD is coming in with these 5-point games over and over again. And this is now pushing Rename to a situation where they have to get at least a tie. At least a tie to win or to proceed into the next round in round number 4. So if anything happens that is better than a tie for CK DWD, it is going to be decided that CK will win this match between these two. But at the same time, you know, everything is still open. You have the perfumer right here.
Cat carry. Yeah, but look at that. Silence wasn't able to utilize the perfume because the cat silenced her with that bite. So now this is actually a great start for DWD because doesn't have to worry about a perfume being used. Gets the bite again and the silence will happen. But no, gets the perfume. But wow, what an early down by DWD. You see that the bees are in place already. They have to go for this rescue. Rename needs all the points they can, but the basement Grizzly.
The basement indeed, and usually Perfumer being such a phenomenal kiter and buying so much time for the team, this time DWD being able to bring down that Perfumer extremely early and now concentrating on protecting the Perfumer in the basement, is not having any Tinnitus active yet, so therefore is roaming around a little bit right here and can just check out the area, can just see if there's anyone around on the Cypher machines. And we can see that NG is slowly transitioning into the area of the haunted house, into the area of the basement where he wants to go for the rescue for Cat Carry. Probably after halfway mark, because we can already see that one is hit. And attach that cat, fantastic job, pops right there. And this might be difficult for the mercenary to actually get that rescue just in time.
Oh my god.
And is teleporting down.
Wow, the defense on DWD already hit the mercenary, stuffing the rescue. And now Perfumer will be expiring soon, but that was an excellent defense there. Again, didn't go too crazy with just downing that mercenary, even though that was an excellent cap placement. And 4 ciphers remain. The Perfumer is out of here.
The Perfumer is out of the game. The first Cypher machine has been popped. Cypher machines are being worked on, but at the same time, you mentioned it, first survivor already out. We can see that NG is just utilizing that roller coaster. What's the stop?
Wow!
Was utilizing...
Activated the cat? Oh my god, and no, he fell down the coaster. That's new to me. I'm being honest.
I was just very confused how he popped up there in this corner. Yes, you're right. He was getting pushed out of the roller coaster. That was extremely good from Anne right here, bringing down the mercenary NG, and on the chair. Can now see Ford is coming in, is preparing for a very long stun. This will definitely buy enough time to get that rescue. And again, 3 Cypher machines remaining. It will be popped soon, so 2 Cypher machines will be... Oh no, they are working on different ones already. Okay, good job, but still 3 Cypher machines remaining.
Oh, nice avoidance of the cat there. But now NG does have an elbow pad to utilize, and the bees are still there, so they will try to harass. But then again, DWD getting away from those bees, and the mercenary as well. This is actually pretty tough. He doesn't have any elbow pads to utilize. Oh god, the jumps, the hops will be in place. The stun will happen. Oh, mercenary will eat that hit, but the delayed effect will allow him to go a little further away and try to buy a little more time. 2 ciphers still remain for the side of Rename.
Again, Rename wants to push for the tie as this match will be decided for CK, and this is going to be very difficult, to be honest, because we can see how DWD is performing so far, doing a fantastic job. We can see the forward already being there, being ready to go in for the rescue. We can see that the entomologist is trying to push the Cypher machines, but the one is at 70%, and they still need one more after that, so it's definitely a difficult situation for the survivors. And yeah, Ford is just giving tinnitus, just forcing the hunter to stay in this area.
Yeah, and now being chased away by the cats, and the forward seems to be going for the rescue, and he's already here. The cats will be coming back. He has to time this one well. Excellent save. No tide turner. 1 cipher still remains, but it's far from being popped, Grizzly. So now this rebound kite has to be very important. The forward in the area can definitely provide some support in terms of stunning. And now we see that the mercenary utilizing the pallets here. The cats are on cooldown, but now gets the bite on, eats that hit. Forward is already here, and DWD just making sure he's going to be ready for that. But now NG going to the corner here. This is going to be quite tough because the forward has an open area for him to work with to get that stun, while we see the entomologist still pushing for that Cypher.
This is going to be a very, very interesting situation right here. As you already said, like, mercenaries in that corner. Look at the time that is getting bought for, for the entomologist. That is a cat.
Silenced him.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to use that football. And look at that. Oran's trying to wait it out, but still, that's not going to be enough. We're going to see the mercenaries' last chair. The Cypher isn't close to being primed, but then again, the forward can eat that hit, but the teleport will be utilized.
Look at the decoding progress. It's almost done. It's almost done. Entomologist can eat a hit, can take that hit, but is trying to get away because of the cats. Cats are dangerous, so you want to get away. Nice job. Still, 2 survivors are up and running. That one Cypher machine is primed. You can see the forward already working on another one. But will this be necessary, or will the entomologist be able to pop it? No, won't be able to pop it because the cats were waiting on the Cypher machine.
That was great cat placement there by DWD. Just the forethought of, like, she's going to pop this Cypher. But then again, DWD can't relax just yet because he knows that the forward is trying to prime another Cypher. He's going to get another cat bite on him. But then look, great B placement here. Gets the stun. Oh my god, Grizzly. The entomologist is down and the forward isn't close to priming that Cypher just yet.
Still a phenomenal job from the entomologist, just buying so much time that this Cypher machine is already at 60%. Phenomenal job, but at the end of the day, forward now is injured and needs to go in for the rescue. Again, they need to get that tie, so they have to take the risk. And fantastic job from Anne. That placement on this rocket chair away from all other Cypher machines is really putting pressure on the survivors, because if the forward is going in for the rescue, they still have a long, long way to go to actually get back to their Cypher machines, and that might actually be already very, very difficult since Anne is right behind Oren. The football is coming in.
Teleport is going to be ready. Okay, but now we see that he's chasing him on foot. Teleports already to deny the save from that forward, and the cat is already there to just make sure the stun will happen. But excellent jukes there from Oren, but no, gets denied. And DWD still living up to the 5-point taking each other to that limit. ZK versus Rename, and Rename's King. The Bloody Queen of King and Queen. I mean, it's tough to say, but let's see how he's gonna fare here in Moonlit River Park.
Starting up with the first chase right here of the Gravekeeper, immediately transitioning out. Gravekeeper being in the ground with the shovel skill is just buying too much time, and Queen already knows that, so therefore transitioning out to a different survivor. Might try to find someone else, not necessarily the mercenary, who can also buy just a lot of time, but at the end of the day you need to concentrate and find your first target and go for the target at one point. You can see the mirror is coming through, is seeing the priestess portal right there, and is getting the chance to, you know, figure out where the priestess is, sees the scratch marks on the floor, and is now going for that priestess.
Yeah, Priestess, excellent target, because again, she only can stun if you go through those holy keys. Jin, as the batter, would be quite tough, because again, he's got those 3 bat hits, and you can definitely recover them. Now, 773 rotating around. Batter is already ready for that support, and this is going to be quite tough for King if he's able to get through this. And now, again, 773 utilizing those holy keys just to make sure he creates that distance, that space he needs, as 2 of the survivors are pushing for the Cyphers. Whoa!
Oh, was just able to get through that portal just a millisecond before that swing came through, and is now out of the holy keys. Has no portals left. We can see he's going back to the batter, who can provide a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of a distance by stunning the hunter, and is actually pushing her across the entire bridge. Might continue to do so, might continue to harass, but is buying enough time for 773 to get to the haunted house, avoiding that hit, avoiding
the jukes. Oh my god, 773 eventually gonna eat that hit. The holy key is still being refreshed here. But man, again, the coordination of the priestess and that batter. It's as a hunter and you see that batter ready to swing, you're just so scared. And now we see that 773 going inside the haunted house, trying to utilize the real estate to his advantage. Gonna use the window here to buy enough time.
Oh, Blink is ready, Blink is ready.
Remaining. No!
Was trying to hit with the Blink through the window, but the priestess was just a little bit too far off, which is absolutely fantastic for CK, but is now in between the mirror and the real body, so therefore is taking that hit. Fantastic job from Quing bringing down the priestess, but priestess was really buying a lot of time after Quing was having troubles to find the main target, found the Gravekeeper first, found the mercenary next, had the battle to deal with, and now finally being able to find the priestess, who was buying just a lot of time, and everything that I mentioned was buying so much time that they are already down to 2 Cypher machines.
Rose going to go for that save, waiting for the hit. Excellent timing there, just the patience of Rose, not forcing that save to happen. 773 now will have to rely on the last effort to just be propped up away, but we see that Jin already hiding, making sure, but look at that, the mirror image is going to snipe out the batter just to make sure he will not harass when he tries to chair this priestess, who will be falling down in the corner. Oh, the batter gets hit.
She needs the queen right here. Queen needs to definitely bring down more survivors and put more pressure on the survivors, because if you look at the Cypher machine progress, it's already up so much, and we can see Jin coming in with the batter. Will he be able to rescue the priestess from the balloons? Yes or no? It's gonna be a tough call, and hit, and is bringing down the priestess right here. Will go down again, but this is just buying more and more time for the survivors. Look at the Cypher machine progress.
Yeah, it is. And now Jin getting away from that mirror image, but look at that repositioning, is ready to strike once again. He's gonna swing. Oh my god, they trade, but in favor of and they pop the Cypher Grizzly.
They pop the Cypher. 4 survivors up and running. We can see the batter trying to get away with the slide and just trying to buy as much time as possible, but is going down right here. Quing is now concentrating on the priestess, because he knows the priestess must be somewhere here, must be somewhere in this area. Didn't really get away from there because the Cypher pop just happened. And wow, what a placement, now bringing down the priestess too. But you can see Rose already opening up the gate. Rose, I think, finished opening up the gate. We can also see on the other side of the map, we have the mercenary EG trying to get that open, and is also going in for the rescue right now. Survivors are trying to get as many survivors through the gate as possible, and they have both gates opened. So now the chance is that they are helping a survivor off the chair, and they are getting out of there.
Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, Gravekeeper and Mercenary can tank a lot of these hits for them to be able to safely get that rescue. But now we see that the Gravekeeper already saving up the batter here. Peepers will make it a hard rescue for this Mercenary. And now we see that the mirror image just closing out that gap. We see that the Gravekeeper had to utilize the shovel. And look at that backdoor rescue from the Mercenary.
He changed targets, so that will definitely happen. Everything is, wow, looking extremely good for the survivors. They had 2 survivors on the rocket chair just a few seconds ago, but this seems to change completely. None of the survivors is on the rocket chair, and Quing is really trying to get at least 1 survivor. There we go, baited the pallet vault, is getting Rose yet again. But the rest of the survivors are at the gates, and I think that might be it. They will go for the 3 survivor escape. Most likely.
Jin has to be, he has to be very careful. It's at the mirror reposition here. He's ready for the swing, and now Rose seems to be the one that will be put in the rocket chair. As we look at the other survivors already on the other side of that exit gate, Priestess and Mercenary walking on foot to exit the other side of Moonlit River Park, and it seems like it's going to be a 3-1 in favor of ZK, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. They will